Hello everyone, this is Voltage Development here and welcome back to another tutorial on Unity. Now, we just had a tutorial on animation and now what I want to do is I want to give you a tutorial on something so simple. But first, let's go over to the standard assets folder, which is down here. Let's go to characters, let's go to first person and go to prefabs, and then let's go for the FPS controller and let's drag him in. And there we go, he's properly dragged in. So now we've got all of this over here, and you know what, let's just tag him as player for now because well he is the first person controller, first person player, whatever. But yeah, we've got all of this stuff down here. Now, what I want to focus on is the mouse look. And specifically, just, locking the mouse so that, like, it's visible, invisible, stuff like that. So, let's go over to mouse look. And as you can see, it's currently locked. So, let's go ahead and, you know what, let's just remove this main camera because since we've put in a first person controller, it's using its own main camera. So it's bad to have two cameras. Well, it's not bad to have two cameras in or more than one camera in, but it's not good to have more than one main camera. Because, yeah, it's just bad to have more than one main camera in. But let's just remove that. And now we've got our first person camera. There we go. That's our first person camera, and see it's tagged main camera. So if you have more than one main camera tagged main camera, then Unity doesn't like it. But if you have more than one camera in your scene, perfectly fine. So let's play this right now. So as you can see, we're now in our scene and we can actually look around and stuff. And you can't see my mouse. We can also walk forward, walk backwards. We can also jump as well. And if we press escape, we can see our mouse. If we click again, we can't see our mouse. So technically, it's already been done for us. But if I mess around with the coding that's already been coded, I will show you something. So right here, we have literally all of the coding for the mouse look. Now the things that we are focusing on in this video are this. So the public ball, aka lock cursor, we can technically just comment that out for now. And actually, no, we can just keep that true. But what we do need is the private ball cursor is locked true. Let's just comment that out for now as well. And yeah, we can see all this coding. But this part is what's actually more important. So set cursor lock. What we can do is let's put a forward slash and a star. So it basically makes everything below a comment. But if, for example, we put one over here, so star and then forward slash, it just makes this part a comment, and everything else is not a comment. Now, let's just put a. There we go, done. And now, let's just save this script. I didn't remove any of it, but because we're putting comments down, or because we are putting these coding inside of a comment, it will be disregarded by the compiler. The C# compiler won't read it and won't like act upon it. So it won't actually exist inside of Unity now. Okay, there seems to be a problem. What? Where's this problem here? Oh yes, of course, this problem right here because it's using a void. So let's just comment that out as well. And now all should be okay. Okay, guys, so everything is now hunky-dory. We don't have any more errors. I mean, we've got this message down here, but it's not actually an error, so, like, we don't actually need to worry about it for now. But let's just go back into the game and start playing, and let's see something change. And as you can see, our mouse cursor is still visible. We can walk around and stuff. If we press on escape, nothing happens. And I'm clicking in the actual scene. You can hear me clicking, hopefully. And like our mouse cursor will not disappear no matter what. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create our own script to make sure our mouse cursor actually disappears. So let's create a C# script. Let's just call this mouse stuff for now. Yeah. Let's call it mouse stuff for now. Okie dokie, so now our C# script has been created. Let's go under the first person controller, go into first person character, and let's add the mouse stuff into it, and then let's open it up in Visual Studio. So here we go. We are now inside of Visual Studio. Let's just get rid of these comments because we don't need them. Now, what we can do is, let's create a variable called, well, let's just do public bool. Let's call this is cursor visible or something, and let's just do it like that. Now let's go into void start and let's type in cursor dot lock state equals cursor lock cursor lock mode dot locked. So what this is doing is the compiler is accessing the API, the application programming interface of cursor. It's basically accessing the mouse cursor from your computer system, and it's accessing the status of if it's locked or not, and it's also accessing the lock mode of the cursor, so if it's locked or not, and it's just making it locked. If you remove this and typed in none, then your mouse cursor will be visible. But because we are putting it as locked, then your mouse cursor will be invisible because it's locked. Although technically, this does not actually count for your mouse cursor being visible or invisible. This only makes your mouse cursor like locked to the center of the screen. So if we save that now, and we haven't actually changed anything to the bool yet, but we're going to do that soon. So now, as you can see, for our mouse stuff script, we've got our boolean, which is cursor visible. If you don't know what boolean is, it's true or false. So if true, yes. Yeah, boolean is literally just the true or false statement. So now, if we go into the game now, okay, currently our mouse cursor. Wait, if we press on escape, okay, kinda. I think I know why that does it. Right. So at the moment, you can't even see my cursor, but like technically you should be able to see my mouse cursor, but you can't. But our mouse cursor is literally dead center in the middle. If I were to actually like build this project into an actual executable game for other people to play, then you would be able to see my mouse cursor on the screen, but it would be locked in the center. But because this is the Unity editor, it's very, very flimsy and very weird because you're playing in the editor. You're not playing as a standalone build. So, because that's like that, which is kind of annoying, what we can also do is we can just do cursor dot visible, as it says right there, visible, equals false, which makes the mouse cursor invisible. So now, what we can do is we can do if input dot get key down brackets key code dot, let's just say p, for pausing. Let's do let's type in is cursor visible. Now you could either do equals true, damn it, true, and when you press P then the mouse cursor will be visible, although we're technically just making the ball true, we're not actually making the cursor visible yet. But you can also do it another way. If, say, you want to press a button and it makes something happen, but when you press the button again, it makes the thing happen, but in reverse. So, for example, if you want to press a button and you want to make something invisible, and you want to press the same button again to make it visible, then you can do it like this. So we have is cursor visible equals, now do a exclamation mark, and now do is cursor visible. What this does is that it, every time you press P, or whatever key you've put your input as, it will make sure that the boolean will be set to the opposite of what it was already set to, if that makes sense. So you press it and it sets it to false, and you press it again and it sets it to true, and vice versa. So if I save this and go into the game, I'll show you what I mean. So now that we're inside of the game, if we press P now, it will make the is cursor visible down there check marked. If we press P again, it will make it unchecked, and I'm basically pressing the same thing again and again and again, and it's just unchecking itself. So that clearly works. So now what we can do is we can do another if statement inside of this if statement, and we can do if is cursor visible equals, although we can't do 1 equals, we have to do 2 equals for the if statement. So is cursor visible equals true, then we will do a separate function. So what we can do is we will do mouse visible and then do brackets like that. And now let's do another if statement. If is cursor visible equals false, and now let's just do mouse invisible. Now, of course, these functions have not actually been created yet. What we're going to do now is we're going to go outside of the update function, which is right over here, and we're going to create 2 functions. To do that, we do void mouse visible and then brackets. There we go. And now, as you can see, this one over here does not have a red line under it anymore because we've now just made the function. So now what we can do is we're simply just going to do cursor dot lock state equals cursor lock mode dot none, which, as we said before, makes the cursor visible and technically free, so that it's not locked to the center of the screen. So now let's do another void and call it mouse invisible. There we go. And same over here, it removes the red line under it. And now let's do cursor dot lock state equals cursor lock mode dot locked, so that it's invisible. Now you can add the other ones, which is cursor dot visible equals true. You can add that. You don't have to, but you can add it if you want to. But that's basically the fundamentals of how to basically get your cursor to be invisible, visible, and locked to the screen and free from the screen. That is the general way of how you do that. So now it's time to test this out. So now we're inside of the game. Let's go press P. So now our mouse is visible, and also the is cursor visible invisible is checked, if we press P again, it will make the mouse cursor invisible and the ears cursor visible unchecked. So guys, that is how you deal with the locking cursor in the center of the screen. Now, I completely forgot to mention this to all of you. I am currently using Unity 2018.4.1. You guys are probably using 2019 or something, which is why this all looks completely different. Well, not completely different, but kind of different. It looks a little bit different. So, I would suggest, if you are very, very comfortable in using Unity 2019, stay with it. But if you're completely new to Unity, I'd recommend getting 2018.4.1 or 2018.4 because I found it to be the most stable version, and I have tried using other versions of Unity, and this one has been the best version for me. So if you want a stable enough version of Unity and you want to follow on my tutorials, then get Unity 2018.4. And that has been my tutorial for the cursor. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you guys later on. Goodbye, everybody.